Well, howdy there, Pipe Pals. Old Holy Smoking Pipe Padre coming back at you. Yes, and as you can see, I am in the glorious north. And this is Easter Tuesday. The Lord is risen, indeed he is risen. Christos anesti, alitos anesti. Okay, so here we are up here in the High Sierra, and there's still snow up here, and it's March the 29th. So I kind of thought I would do, what am I doing here? I am just having fun. I'm gonna make a video, making a video for you, and thought I'd chronicle, you know, this beautiful, beautiful drive through the snow. Hopefully you're seeing this. Oops. Through the snow. Look how gorgeous it is. Gorgeous day today. So that's what I'm doing. And oh my goodness, look how bright it is. It's gorgeous up here. Absolutely gorgeous. So anyway, see what it's like back there. I love that rear view. I love that back window, and it just rolls down like that. It's awesome. But anyway, so I'm going up to a place called Portola. I was in a place called Truckee. Had breakfast with a dear friend of mine. Had a great breakfast. You know, just kind of just sharing how things are going. That's what I'm doing with this video here. So when I get back to the old, my old bear cave, my man cave there, back in Chico, I'll probably enjoy a pipe and a little chat with you guys. But just had to take this opportunity to maybe do a little bit of filming of the beautiful drive back from Truckee back to Chico along this beautiful, this beautiful day today. Whoa, shoot. Oh my goodness, I busted a window. Well, that's what you get. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh boy. Well, Pipe Pals, look what happened. Wasn't watching where I was going. Kind of cracked up the old mirror there. But fortunately, that's all the damage. So anyway, got to be careful when I record. Anyway, stopped over here at a gas station. Still up here in the snow. Heading up here in Truckee still. So I'm getting ready to go back home up Interstate 80. So hopefully I won't have any more mishaps. See ya. Well, good evening, Pipe Pals, Pfeifenfreunds. Guten Abend. Okay, well, old Holy Smoking Pipe Padre finally got back today from my adventure in my little accident. Oh, I am an idiot. I'm here to say that old Holy Smoking Pipe Padre is truly an idiot. I don't know what really possessed me to try and videotape on those country mountain roads. They're very narrow. And what happened was, for those of you who were journeying with me on that heroic ride this afternoon, up in the High Sierra, beautiful drive. But what happened was I hit one of these, they have these poles along the sides of the road, so you can kind of gauge where I guess the snow, where the snow is, you know, where the snow wall is or whatever. Anyway, maybe it gives you an idea how deep the snow is. Anyway, so I hit one of those poles by accident, and it took out my passenger side mirror. Did a really good job on it. As you can see, I'll roll the little B-roll again. I'm lucky that I didn't do any more damage. I'm just really lucky, grateful. Thank you, dear Lord, for watching over me even when I'm stupid. And I'll tell you what possessed me. tell you what possessed me there. I yesterday, I'm starting to take a little, just 4 or 5 days, little break. By the way, happy Easter to all of you. Christ is risen. Indeed, he is risen. Hallelujah. Hope you're having a wonderful Easter week. So anyway, I'm taking some time off, and so I thought I'd go and visit a friend up and have breakfast this morning up in Truckee, California. And then I decided I was going to go visit a priest friend of mine, another priest friend of mine, in Portola, California. And then from there, I was going to take the long route home, which is like a 4-hour drive, but it's just beautiful this time of year. And especially, I didn't realize they had a new, fresh anointing of snow, and they did. And so it was just glorious. The trees were frocked with white snow, and it was just gorgeous. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to have some fun. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. Talk about that maybe in a little bit. And I know it sounds crazy, and you're probably going to really think I'm a weird old curmudgeon. But one of my favorite YouTubers is iJustine. I just adore iJustine, and I love her youthful vigor, her fun, way of making videos, and she's kind of like a big kid. I'm kind of like a big older kid. And although she seems extremely young, like 19 or 20, she's actually 31 years old. So there's hope for the rest of us, So 30 is the new 20 or something like that. So anyway, but she has this fun, energetic way of making videos. I think many people know who I'm talking about. And she loves Apple products, just like the old Padre. And she's not a pipe smoker, though. But anyway, she has a little dog, and she's just as cute as anything. And she hardly ever does potty mouth. I don't know if she might once in a blue moon say an expletive, but she's just not that kind of a girl. She's not that kind of girl. And it's just charming to watch some of her videos. She does some pretty goofy things, and she makes really great videos. And they're just, to me, sometimes they're more like product reviews for Apple products. She talks about her Apple Watch and how she put it in the washing machine, and she's trying to see if she can restore it or revive it. So I'm thinking, okay, I want to see how that video turns out. I might accidentally put my Apple Watch in the washing machine. Who knows? How absent-minded idiot that I am. So anyway, but I just had to I thought, well, spur of the moment. The thing I like about her videos is they're very spontaneous, and she's driving in her car and with her friends, and she's doing all this life. She's just living life. And, I was kind of having a little bit of a moment there. I've got to be honest with you, the last I've had some bad news. It's not health news. Thanks be to God. It's not that. It's, well, as you know, tax season's coming up. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm looking at a kind of a very disappointing tax bill this year, and I'm not very happy about it. So anyway, yes, I have to pay taxes just like everybody else. But I might have a little ace up my sleeve. Not that I'm trying to do anything illegal or unethical, but I do have some donations that were not calculated into my taxes this year. So that may bring things down a bit. So I'm kind of hopeful that maybe things can be readjusted once I give them my other donations that I gave this the year in question. So anyway, so I'm here. I made it back and safe and sound. Those of you watching me drive around today, got my old. This is it's a Bouchachan. Excuse me, forgive me. I got this a number of years ago. I apologize if I haven't gotten back to some of you on your comments. There's been a few people have asked me some things, and last week was Holy Week, and just things were really, really super busy. There's just kind of this now, it builds up to the great climax of the Easter Vigil, then kind of goes down like a roller coaster, and so emotionally, there's a little bit of a, kind of a bit of a little bit of a dip, and you kind of feel like, wow, and now it's all over for this year. So there's kind of a little bit of a post-Easter blues, I guess you'd say. You go from just energy, 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 and then you just kind of drop. So, probably part of the reason why I hit that post is I wasn't really been really tired, and so I probably should have been a lot more careful driving and not playing with my iPhone trying to record, the drive home today. But I have to tell you, it was so gorgeous. I can't wait to see the video and hear that horrible sound of the breaking of the glass. Anyway, it could have been a whole lot worse. Could have been a whole lot worse. So I was, even though it's going to cost me about, $500 to get it fixed, that's to be expected. And to be honest, I'm almost actually surprised it's not more like $900. So anyway, yeah, I got an estimate today. I got home just in time before the dealership closed, and they said, yeah. So anyway, there you have it. Well, okay, I want to give a report, and it kind of ties in with some of the other things. One of the other things I want to talk about. I'm not going to go very long tonight. Oh, by the way, smoking some absolutely tasty W.O. Larson Signature Blend. Very, very delightful. Even though I pretty much gave up the pipe for the most part over Lent. I had one occasion, I think it was International Pipe Smoking Day I came on, right? That was my last video a couple weeks ago. And I kind of was like in the middle of Lent, so, had one pipe. That was it. I'm hoping that if I can get this mirror fixed tomorrow, or at least get it ordered tomorrow, have it fixed on Thursday, that would be nice. But what I normally do, one of the things that I do when I have my time off is I go and I just throw myself into visiting people and having people over for dinners or lunches, and I just kind of go, 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 go. And then I never rest. And maybe I need to just take it easy. So one of the things that I'm happy to say that Lent brought about this year, I'm going to keep this going so that it doesn't go into, screensaver mode. As many of you know, the old Padre has really been trying to keep the old weight off and at least get the 20 pounds I put on here last year, slowly getting those taken off. And I'm in a ketogenic diet. And I can honestly say, and I'm happy to say this, I have gone over now, this is marvelous stuff, over 3 months into the ketogenic or the LCHF, low carb high fat diet. And I probably lost about 6 or 7 pounds, but I've been in continuous ketosis. And the thing that I'm really excited about, and I started on December 22nd, but I didn't start showing ketones until the 27th of December. So I've gone now, today's the 29th of March, so it's clearly been 3 months. And I am just really happy to say that I've been doing that. Also, I've been doing the other things that I have resolved to do. I'm really excited that I'm sticking to it. Every day I do the 50 push-ups and then some. at least five, at least five pull-ups or five chin-ups. I mean, that's the minimum. That's the bare minimum. And I try to increase that at least on a weekly basis by one. So actually, it's more than five a day. It's usually gets to be at least six or seven. And we'll see where we're at the end of the year. That's another thing. This weight's it's pretty light, but when I really clench it, the torque on the weight kind of pulls down really. I don't want to crack any teeth now. It's like I don't need any more accidents. Oh, this is very sweet and very flavorful. This W. Larson. I'm enjoying that. So anyway, I'm happy to say because I'm going to share with you. And again, I'm not saying that if you do this like I used to do, you're a bad person or anything. You're not. But I used to love my sugary treats. And one of the things that I would do right after Easter or right after Christmas, because we kind of fast before Christmas too, at least I do, is I would have a big blowout, get a pizza and go out to Mickey D's or just, go get a big tub of ice cream and some M&Ms and throw those in there and pies and cakes and just, hey, throw caution to the wind. But I'd always pay a price, and then I have to, I'd put on maybe 5 to 7 pounds in that week, very easily. And then I'd kind of look down and say, why did you do that? Look at all the work you did, and one step forward and two steps back almost. So I'm happy to say that I'm in ketosis, and I'm reasonably confident that I can make it another 3 months. And my goal is to go one whole complete year in ketosis and just see where I'm at the end of the year. I've known people who have given up sugar for an entire year, and it literally transforms their lives. So I'm looking forward to seeing, Now, one of the things I can honestly say, if you're wondering, have you had cravings? And if you've had cravings, how have you fought through those? How did you make it through cravings? Like especially, Easter. There's just all sorts of Easter goodies, just like Christmas and New Year's. And that was one of the reasons why I decided to start this shortly before Christmas, because I knew if I could go through Christmas and New Year's without giving myself, permission to have all those Christmassy treats and New Year's treats. If I could do that, I thought, okay, I can prove to myself that reasonably I have a chance of success of doing it for a whole year. So I started, about 7 days before New Year's. So I had about a week into it. So when New Year's Day came, it wasn't that big of a deal. The first 3 weeks were kind of off and on. Sometimes I'd feel really good and sometimes I'd feel pretty bad. But that's because you're going through the carb flu, But eventually, things got a lot better. So anyway, I'm happy to say that I have a little over 3 months now into this ketogenic diet, and things are going pretty good. Now the last thing I want to talk about tonight. Those of you who put up with my ramblings, I really appreciate that. I think I'm amazed that people even watch my videos, and every now and then I get something. I just discovered your videos, really like them. It's like, okay. I mean, and I appreciate the comments and the little positive attaboys. It's always good to know that someone finds what you're saying interesting. Just real quick, as far as pipes go, this says I kind of affectionately call this my Calabash church warden for obvious reasons. And yes, it is a very cool smoke. Some people will say, "Hey, that looks like it might be a pretty cool smoke?" Also, I was told by Ron, who owns the Briar Patch, that this actually, Dunhill, as you know, I love my Dunhills. And I always wanted to get a Dunhill church warden, our calabash. And I was told that essentially, and this is what I was told, that if I was to order a Dunhill church warden, Dunhill doesn't really make, I mean, church warden, a calabash like this. Dunhill doesn't, I mean, now, unless you're getting an estate one from 60 years ago, they used to make them. But they basically buy this piece here, I guess, maybe I don't know about this meerschaum part. But essentially, from this stem and this connector here and the gourd, they actually just purchase these, and then they put their name on it. They put the little white dot. You get a Dunhill stem. And I was told that I could actually make this into an actual Dunhill. They would send it back to some factory, and they would fit it with a Dunhill, basically a Dunhill stem. And that would be basically it. Then it's a Dunhill. Oh, and then you pay another $500 on top of it. Then it's a Dunhill. Okay. Yeah, Dunhill's like Apple, I guess I'd have to say that. So I don't think it's going to smoke any cooler than it is right now, just because it has a Dunhill little white dot. But that's what I was told, that basically they import their calabash. And anyway, and then a couple of guys, this is years ago, somebody sent me a link to somebody on eBay selling an authentic Dunhill calabash. And I'm sure it's quite expensive. And right now, no PAD for me for a long, long time. And one of these days I'll talk about that. Your pipe collection, my pipe collection, our pipe collections, Probably talk about that. I've never talked about pipe collections before. I mean, when I say I've never talked about my pipe collection, of course I have, but what I'm talking about is just the concept of a pipe collection and what do you consider? Well, I got cut off there. Somebody was calling me. I didn't answer it. So again, I was talking about pipe collections, and one of these days I'll talk about maybe kind of just the thought that goes into making a collection of pipes. What is it that you want to have in your collection? And I'll just talk about my collection, in the general sense. I can tell you why I like my collection and, that kind of a thing. But tonight I want to finish with this one idea. I've been, again, because of my ketogenic diet and kind of going through a lot of the health things that I'm going through still. I've been really, again, and I've been watching some YouTube, a lot of YouTube actually, and just, different people in the health and fitness stuff and diet stuff. But I got to be honest with you, I'm really concerned, and I know I've said this before, but it really grieves me to see the vitriol and the out and out attacks that people have when you don't agree with a certain viewpoint or philosophy or political whatever. And it's amazing how some people, I think, are truly, they're in what I call invincible ignorance. Biologically, human beings are omnivores. I mean, you can look that up in any, biology book. we are omnivores. And omnivores are people that can process both animal and plant proteins, period. That's it. That's all that makes you an omnivore. Now, if you want to choose to eat solely vegetables and be a vegan, that's your choice. If you eat meat, you eat meat. I mean, I for Holy Week, for the last 2 weeks of Holy Week, well, almost 2 weeks, I kind of, well, to be honest with you, I went about 10 days doing nothing but vegetables. I like juicing. I think there's a lot of good vitality in juice, vegetable juice, no fruit juice, but vegetable juice. One of these days, I'll tell you about my experiment that I had one day. I made this juice, this fruit juice. Oh man, it was so good. But man, it just shot my insulin and my blood sugar sky high. But did it taste good? Oh man, I made this citrus drink. It tasted like a lifesaver. It was so sweet and delicious. Oh, but an hour later, I think I went into almost a diabetic coma. I mean, I lied down for 3 hours. It kicked my butt. Um, but anyway, the thing is, what was I going to say? A little bit distracted. But you don't agree with somebody, and people can just be hideous, extremely uh, rude, vulgar, and if and again, I'm sorry to say this, but most of the vegan people, I don't have anything against vegans. I like in many ways I like some of the things that they talk about, but I'm sorry, they are a radical cult, and if they had their ways, they would ban all meat products, and anybody who has ever eaten a hamburger would be thrown in jail. And that's the truth. Now, I'm not going to say all vegans are that way, but by and large, majority of them are. Freely, who I used to really like a lot, I really have, to be honest. I mean, I still kind of subscribe, but she's just so vicious and mean spirited. Jurian Ryder, her boyfriend or former boyfriend or quasi boyfriend, I don't know. That guy's a piece of work. Um, Vegan Gains, just an atrocious human being. Now, I'll say this: he has entertaining videos, but if he's 1/10 the despicable, odious person he pretends to be or promotes himself to be on his channel, what a deplorable human being. Sorry. I guess this all started when the Hodge twins tried to do 60 days of a vegetarian diet, and they finally came on their channel. And I know some people are shocked that I watch Hodge twins. I know they're big potty mouths and they say some pretty nasty things sometimes, but there's something likable about them. And I try to not listen to I try to listen through all the profanity and get their message. They're likable guys. Everybody says that about them. Even people that don't disagree. Even people that disagree with them. They're likable. They're entertaining. But anyway, they went vegan for 60 days, but they just couldn't maintain that. And I tried to do during Holy Week, or actually 10 days before Holy Week even. I tried to do a vegetarian diet, and by about the seventh or eighth day, I needed some protein. I needed some meat protein, and I think on Saturday night I went and had chicken or maybe a steak. I can't remember now, but I'll tell you what, it sure made a difference. And the way I see it is that it'd be tragic to all these animals that have been you know uh, slaughtered or butchered or whatever you want to say for for human consumption, to all of a sudden just let all that meat spoil. The world woke up and we all went vegan overnight. That'd be a horrible waste of the animals. Again, if somebody doesn't want to eat animals and they have ethical reasons for that, okay, fine. But most vegans are, now here this gets into more of a religious bent for me, but most vegans are very much into pro-choice. They're for abortion. It's okay to kill human people, in the womb of all places. When you talk about innocent animals, what about that innocent little baby that's being formed in its mother's womb? It's okay to kill that human being, but it's not okay to kill a pig or a duck or a chicken, or a cow. Oh, that's terrible. So, I've gotten into some discussions with them, and boy, the moment you try to engage, oh, they'll attack you. If you say anything that opposes them, you're done. They're on you like stink on rice, or stink on whatever, white on rice, or anyway. But let's go. So, anyway, I'm very discouraged by the vegans and their intolerant attitude towards the rest of us human beings. And the problem is that I think a lot of people that are kind of in power these days, even though they make the quote unquote the minority, they have ways of, forcing their views on the rest of society. And I'm getting a little tired of that, to be very honest with you. I believe in live and let live, as far as human beings go. But when you tell me that if I disagree with you, not only you're not going to tolerate, I'm wrong, but you're not going to tolerate, or you're not even going to allow me to have my opinion now. They're going to try to outlaw that. That's where I really want to say, sorry, you've gone way too far. We can agree to disagree, and I respect your beliefs, and I'm not forcing you to, here, eat this hamburger. I'm not going to tell you to do that. If you were a vegan and you came to my home, I would make you a vegan meal. It may not be as tasty as what you could make, but I would certainly not force you to eat animal products, or I wouldn't say, well, I'm not making you anything special. Either you eat what I serve or you go without. I wouldn't do that. I would be very happy to do my part to try to make something that you would enjoy make it all vegan, no animal products. And in fact, I've done that before. But anyway, I'm just saying that the problem that I'm seeing more and more and more and more and more is this just ugly, angry, vicious, attitude towards people who disagree. And that's alarming for me. I get really concerned that we've lost the ability to have respectful dialogue. I think this this political year is showing that more and more and more and more and more. So it's very concerned. I'm very concerned about this kind of, ugly lack of ability that we're demonstrating. People, F you and hope you die and hope you have cancer, and all this stuff. I get a few comments every now and then, people see, the Pipe channel and they're, oh, and you're supposed to be religious, or you're supposed to be a Christian, and you're smoking, and I hope you get cancer, you old. And I've had some people say some really ugly things. And you know what? I know that it's kind of the unstated, Uber rule that you don't delete comments. But you know what? One, I don't have to tolerate somebody's vicious vulgarity, and I don't want other people to read stuff. Not that I have anything. I don't have anything to hide. But you know what? If you want to say I disagree with you, and I'm going to tell you why I disagree, that's fine. But if you start calling me names and get, all this, epithets and vulgarity and saying I deserve to die and I hope you get cancer and all this stuff, I don't need to tolerate that. Sorry, you know. I have the freedom to, either block you or delete your comments. It's my channel. Hey, how about that? So, but most people are pretty respectful. Most people are very positive. But the thing that I'm really concerned about is that there are more and more people that are saying, you know what? I not only disagree with you, I'm going to make sure that you don't have a right anymore to even think what you think because it's offensive to me. Really. Well, anyway, so that's all I wanted to kind of talk about tonight. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and we'll catch up with you real soon. And so happy Easter. Christos Anesti Alitos Anesti. See ya.